good afternoon. Today in ISCE, we will present a paper called the Indonesian version of Self-Directed Learning Readiness Scale, its validity and reliability. This research paper aims to seek validity and reliability of the Indonesian version of SLRS. My team are Hanna, Arya from Sanata Dharma University, and Dara from Atmajaya Catholic University of Indonesia. I myself, my name is Elisabeth Rukmini. I'm from Universitas Pembangunan Jaya. The next slide will be delivered by Arya, Hanna, and Dara. Enjoy our presentation. Thank you.
Indonesia conduct online learning since March 2020 for all level education. There is three things we need to think about. First, facility including internet and gadget. The second one is teacher, which is teaching material and ability to use technology for teacher, and lack of student monitoring. Students required to learn independently and change their learning culture from face-to-face learning into self-regulated learning. So we need to measure how far they are ready for that. Okay, there is an instrument called self-directed learning readiness scale, or in short SLRS, which is self-assessment tool measure desire for learning, self-control, and self-management. The challenge to implement original SLRS is hard in Indonesia because there is different language and cultural context. So we need to translate SDLRS into Indonesian language.
We tested the validity of adapted SLRS using the corrected item total correlation technique. In this validity test, the correlation limit of 0.3 for each item. So, if the item has validity score below 0.3, then the item is invalid. The result of the validity of the SLRS produced a correlation range of items from 0.131 to 0.682. And for the reliability test, we use Cromba alpha coefficient. The minimum acceptable correlation coefficient value was 0.7 to be reliable. The result of the SLRS reliability test show correlation coefficient value of 0.942 for the medical student group and a value of 0.894 for the non-medical student group. So we can conclude that the Indonesian version of SLRS is reliable.
Based on the results before, we would like to suggest 1. Listing SLRS instruments on university's website, and students can do their self-assessment there. Second, introducing SLRS instruments during the orientation period so that students can be more familiar about self-assessment. And these are benefits of using Indonesian version of SLRS. First, SLRS can be referenced to develop teaching and learning processes. And second, teachers can choose the best approaches to engage more toward SDL. Third, teachers and faculty can be more prepared for mentorship for student at risk. And fourth, teachers can be more focused on their students in a smaller group. So we would like to say that SDLRS is very important for education now on.
So for conclusions, we have 5 conclusions here. The first one, this research has succeeded in adapting the Indonesian version of the SLRS as a valid and reliable measuring tools for students' readiness in self-directed learning. Secondly, there were 5 invalid items, so the final version of Indonesian SLRS would have 35 items. The third one, the Indonesian version of SLRS is very promising to be implemented in high schools and colleges. We suggested to implement the Indonesian SLRS from the beginning of a program or a semester or during the student's admission process. The last one, the implementation of SLRS in Indonesia allows teachers, lecturers, and educational institutions to understand the initial students' assessment or attitudes. This would encourage teachers, lecturers, and institutions to improve teaching and learning method. Thank you.